Hello friends, this is Rashmi from Toppickmedia, and today for my column Rendezvous with Rashmi, I am going to talk to a lady who has had a stint with corporate America. She has worked with Deutsche Bank, Lockheed Martin, and now she is a teacher and runs her own private tutoring academy. And she's a true Mumbaiker at heart. She loves partying, loves making friends, above all, loves helping out people. And if that's not all for you guys, she's an excellent cook and runs her own catering business. Welcome, Kanan, to my show.
Thank you.
So how have you been doing?
I'm doing fine.
To begin with, can you talk about something about your formative years? You are from Mumbai, right? That's what you told me.
Yeah.
So something about your formative years?
Well, I grew up in a very big family with 25 people, so full of fun and musty for me there.
Okay.
So I have a great memories from India, and I have a lot of friends, and I'm still connected with everybody in India, so I have a great memory.
Okay, that's a great quality, to still be connected, being so away from India, from your home country.
Right, true.
Okay, and as I was reading about you, I got to know that you run a private tutoring academy, which is called Ottimmo.
Right.
So how did this word Ottimmo come about?
Ottimmo means excellence in Italian language.
Okay.
Yeah, so we came up with that word because we believe in excellence, whatever we do, and I have proven that with my academy, and so that's how I came.
That's how you, okay. And what sets Ottimmo apart from the others? Like, we've been around in the Metroplex, we've got so many of these academies, so what sets it apart?
Well, with Ottimmo, I focus more on conceptual learning. And also with, I started with Singapore math, and the reason I picked Singapore math because it's one of the world's best method to teach, and it's Singapore is best with math and science. And it believes in conceptual learning, so it's CPA method, it's concept, pictorial, and abstract learning.
Okay.
So that's what we do. And that's how it is different, and my focus is more on teaching concepts, strategies, and also one-on-one tutoring, which makes me focus on individual child and their needs. Because every kid who comes to me, they are coming with some kind of struggle in terms of their academic needs, or they are really advanced and they want to go advanced too in math. So I
like gifted and talented
talented students
who are there.
Right. So I focus more on individual need of the child. It's not memorization. We don't focus on memorization of anything. Even my students who doesn't know multiplication table, they can still divide. And they can multiply.
Because they know the concept, they know the theory behind. It's not just bookish knowledge.
Absolutely.
And actually that same knowledge, they can apply it in your day-to-day life also.
Absolutely.
Right? Because once you know the concept, you can apply it anywhere.
Absolutely.
Because there is maths, English, science in your day-to-day life also, if you see, right?
Absolutely. And I tell my parents that there is math everywhere.
Yes.
They don't need a book and pencil to do math.
So you don't need specific problems.
So that's what I tell my parents too. That don't put them with book and pencil all the time. You can teach them through the day to life, and even when you're driving, you can talk about fraction.
Exactly.
Because
exactly, yeah.
So everything, yeah.
Okay. And I would like to know that a specific hurdle you came about while, a special child you came about when you, while you were running your academy?
Not hurdle in a way, I took it as a challenge.
That's what. Okay.
So I did not take it as a hurdle. In fact, it gave me an opportunity to learn with each challenging students I had. And in fact, all my students have a challenge. The reason they come for private tutoring is when they are struggling. So I keenly observe them and see what are their needs, and then focus on creating a lesson plan for them. And a lot of time I have gone with my parents to this teacher meetings, conference, and talked about the students, their need. And a lot of time what happened in school, teachers are not allowed to tell if the kids have a special need because they can lose their license. So as a private tutor, I don't have that restriction. I can talk. So sometimes when I go to the school, they really likes that I'm bringing that to their attention, and I'm telling them to test their kids. because once the kids are tested, they can get extra help.
Exactly,
If they are identified it is a dyslexia or autism or any kind of learning disability. So that helps. And then also it's not an hurdle. I feel that it's more like a challenge to me, and it's good. I take it as a challenge.
Oh, that's wonderful. And in fact, in this process, it is learning for the parent also.
Absolutely.
Because quite a few times, most of the times, I guess the parent themselves don't realize it, right? You know, that the child is having some disability, like some learning disability. They might tend to believe it as a behavioral disability or something like that, right?
Absolutely. Or maybe they might be avoiding it. Or they, like you said, they are not aware of it. So a lot of time when we bring to their attention, they appreciate it. Some take it very positively, some they don't like it because it's a stigma, and they don't want to accept the fact that their child might need some extra help. But in fact, I feel that if parents start focusing on those, then the child would have a lot of benefit out of it. It affects their learning too. When they are ignored and their disabilities are ignored, it really affects their learning, because they lose that formative years of their life when they should be learning rather than struggling through the learning. And I have gone to a lot of parent-teacher conferences. In fact, I insist that I want to meet the teachers, and whenever I have gone, I have seen they're really thrilled that somebody is talking to the parents.
Okay. And we as immigrants over here definitely face that challenge. Our children tend to face that kind of challenge, or maybe parents feel that. Do you come across parents feel that?
I wouldn't say only immigrants. It is, I have paired students who are not immigrant, like they are Americans and Chinese and all of them. But a lot of time, because parents are not aware. They think that it is just they are not interested in learning, or they are just like that, or they don't like to learn, and they want to just play with their video games and all those stuff, but they don't know why. Why are kids struggling unless they are tested? And I insist all the parents that they should get their child tested. It is very important to know where your kids are struggling, and then you can help them better. And I think this country have a very good opportunity for everybody, so that when they are identified as they have a learning disability, even the school, they have a special programs. They can help. They have a special classroom teachers they appoint for those students. So I feel all the parents need to take that opportunity to help their kids.
Yes, and that's a very good thing. That's a very good insight on education which you are giving us. You know, in fact, it helps the overall development for a child also.
Absolutely.
Not only academically, but as a human being also, it helps a child. You know.
Absolutely.
It helps them overcome their inhibitions which they have.
True.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And tell me something like, what has been your best moment in this journey?
I love kids.
Okay. I can see that.
I love kids, and I teach on the weekends. I teach 7-8 hours straight without any break, and I don't feel tired.
Okay.
So I feel they give me the lot of joy. So every day with my students is the best moment for me.
Okay, they give you the energy.
They give me the energy, and I feel I'm making difference in their lives, little by little. I don't know how much big difference I can make, but every little difference that I make with them, it's a great achievement for me.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So I think it's the best moment for me. So I enjoy every moment with them.
Okay. I would like to ask you that you were in the corporate world, you had a lovely corporate job, then what made you move into entrepreneurship and start Ottimmo?
Well, it all started with my own son, Kavi, who is now graduated and working for McKinsey. But when he was in a high school, he wanted to take an SAT prep classes. And I visited many institutes, and of course, Karen Dillard is one of the only SAT program here in DFW. I didn't like the approach there because I didn't want my son to be one among all, and nobody's paying attention to his needs or all. So he was always a strong student because I had always focused on learning with concept and not memorizing. So he was a strong student. So I knew he didn't need a lot of SAT prep. So I started with hiring a private tutor for him. And when I hired a tutor, she was very excited about my idea about one-on-one tutoring, and she was a retired teacher from high school. So she said, if you're managing this program, I can tutor with you. Yeah, so that's how we started Ottimmo. With my own son and working with a lot of other students, we realized that why they don't do good in standardized tests is because one, they might have a learning disability, or other, they don't have a concepts. So we started from a kindergarten all the way to the 12th grade. And now I have many students who are in elementary level, and I tell parents focus on their elementary level because that's a foundation building. Foundation where we can identify their special needs too. Because when they come to the high school, it's already very late. So that's how we started. So we teach from grade K through 12 with a concept based learning, and then that's how it started Ottimmo. And of course my son got a perfect SAT score.
Wow, that's great.
Right, so he got a perfect SAT score, and he got in admission with in UT Austin with the scholarship. So all this is like a story that motivates me to continue to do good. And today also I tell parents, don't make your kids memorize, teach them concept. Focus on their learning needs, listen to them, what they need,
most
and
important,
listening to the
Be
child,
there for the child.
And pay attention to them, pay attention closely to them. And I am a great advocate for the kids. I don't listen to the parents. Sometimes they are mad at me for not listening to them, but I know what are the kids need. Being a mom, I can understand a child very well. And I was always involved in my child's life. Like I was a full-time mom after I left my corporate job till I started Ottimmo. I was a full-time mom with him, and I observed him very keenly. And I think that helped me to understand other kids also.
Exactly. That's something where generally parents, they are so much into their corporate life, in their work life, they miss that.
They miss it. And I think it's, and they have to work. We cannot stop doing what we are doing, but also if somebody is there to advocate for them and pay attention to their kids, it's very important to listen to them and also listen to your child. Don't make it like a rate race where they have to be in every extracurriculum activity and do homework for so many hours. It's not needed. If they know the concept, then they can be successful.
It's wonderful knowing what you've been doing for advocating for the kids and all. So with so many things on hand, what is your mantra?
Don't depend on others. Write your own destiny.
Wow, that's it. जो भी करना है खुद कर लीजिए.
खुद कीजिए. Don't depend on others. Write your own destiny. Your success is in your hand.
In your own hands. That's definitely
right.
That's definite. That's one thing for sure. That whatever you want to do it, you should do it.
Exactly.
And not depend.
Not depend on others. Because when you start depending on others,
it restricts your own growth.
It restricts our own growth. So don't underestimate the power of your own strength. And the second thing is be there to help others.
That is so important. That is so important.
Empower other women, and then you will see your own success too.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's a wonderful message that we've got from Kanan today, and it's been really wonderful talking to you. There's so much to learn from you. You've been such a great inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much.
I try. I'm still learning myself.
So friends, that was Kanan Shah for us, and I just love her message of empowering others so that we can empower ourselves, That is a wonderful message, take-home message for us. You can see this interview in the Jan-Feb edition of the Topic magazine and enjoy it. And as I always say, that I'm always on the lookout of ordinary people doing extraordinary work, So never know, you might be the next one. I'll be on the lookout.